targeting North Yorkshire.
Quick stop, the 2 cars have been rammed.
He just took the side of my car out.
What is going on?
Organised gangs.
There'll be a trolley load full.
Suspected thieves on the run.
Give me your hand. Stay there.
But the traffic cops are tracking them down.
They took 30 mile an hour roadside from the side of the road.
Your van is now my van.
We've just had a reliable sighting of a vehicle on the A1. It is currently showing on cloned plate. Yeah, that vehicle is showing as stolen.
Job on Selby, can you give me any more details?
Controls at A1 South. It's just now in our area. Further reliable sighting. Stolen motor vehicle. A1M South. Patrols towards place.
10-4, I'll try and get to Flax Road and come in that way.
With 6,000 miles of roads, North Yorkshire is a major route across the north of England for criminals.
Hopefully somebody will sight it or see it shortly.
North of York, Sergeant Julian Pearson and other units are searching for a car reported stolen.
We are detecting crime that might not be a North Yorkshire crime. Whether that criminal is from another county and they are destined for another part of the country, it matters not to us, wherever they're from. If that crime is detected on our roads, then we deal with that crime.
Stand by for directions. We're approaching the roundabout at Dishford. 60 seconds into Dishford Village.
One of my colleagues is behind it. The vehicle's failing to stop.
Enter Dishford Village, speed 70.
It has reacted to police presence. Going to stop.
There's 2 or 3 cars behind the stolen vehicle.
Yeah, stand by for potential decount. It looks like we can enter a dead end. Stand by. It's off road.
There's 3 occupants in there.
He's gone off road, he's gone onto the football pitch and he's driving recklessly. It's very clear to me that the driver is doing everything he can to evade the police.
Get back on road, mate. Get back on road.
Right, Clyde, get the stinger out, coming back towards you. 2-0, Clyde, can you get the stinger out, coming back towards you? We're going to recycle back into the village. Can we confirm the stinger set up?
He's driving erratically. It's got some damage to the back end of it, the bumper's partly hanging off, so we know that this individual needs to be stopped.
2-0-364, can you get your stinger out, please? The roundabout. Just confirm the stinger is set, the stinger is set.
I can see the stinger out.
Vehicle is strong. So you take the front car, I'll take the side. The one behind me, take the rear, please. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down.
The stolen car driver rams Julian off the road and he smashes into a traffic sign.
That's it, as vehicle stop. Vehicle is stopped, the 2 cars have been rammed.
And then you top yourself down and think, am I still here? It is scary because at that point, you've got the fear as well that I'm going to get out of the car, is it going to catch fire? And then think, right, I need to get out.
Stay there! Get out of the car! Hands in! Get down! Get down! Get down! Down!
You're under arrest at this time. After a motor vehicle. Do you understand?
2 passengers are also arrested. One just 16 years old.
You're also under arrest for failing to stop and remind you you're still under caution.
The criminals that we get coming into us that you might class as low-level criminality, so whether that be travelling shoplifters, fuel thieves, they're going to rely on the fact that they're not from North Yorkshire, they're working and operating in a county where they're not going to be recognised.
Officer Chris Howarth is dealing with the driver.
Have you taken some out? You've not got any drugs in your system or like that? Are you sure? You keep drifting in and out. It's over for cannabis. 23, 18 hours, you're also under arrest for drug driving. Okay, is it because you had some cannabis, is that why you're drifting off and a bit sleepy? No?
We'll give you some a road sign as well that'll need or it's been demolished.
I got it on grass, but...
Yeah, well he just took the side of my car out.
The car that I was in was written off, and there was damage to the plain car that was ahead, and there was damage to another car as well. Cost of the taxpayer on that occasion was probably circa £40,000. Extremely frustrating.
Coming up,
Blue lights are illuminated, got a near side indication.
What is going on?
You've been stopped on suspicion of theft.
suspects on a shopping spree.
The value of the theft is well over £1,500. It's a proper trolley dash.
It's parking up. Units towards, please.
There it is.
The traffic cops clamp down on two organised gangs
Give me your hand. Stay there.
and retrieve thousands of pounds worth of stolen goods.
You got to keep yourself out of trouble, mate. You're only young, yeah?
Confirm trolley dash theft at Scarborough. Bigger Beavers is a silver Ford Fiesta. Vehicle just gone westbound about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, just approaching the junction for the 1079. Are we heading towards down there?
In North Yorkshire, traffic cops Matt Harvey and Pete Allison receive a report about a suspected theft called a trolley dash.
Yes, Rosie.
A trolley dash is where people will go into a store, fill up their trolley, running around the store like madmen, and then within a matter of moments they leave that store. It reminds me of that old-fashioned TV programme, Supermarket Sweep.
You can be looking at hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth of goods.
UK stores lose an estimated £2 billion every year through shoplifting.
We are A64 on route to York. If it does fail to stop, we're not far off.
The car that have been involved in the supermarket sweep, it's been sighted by a colleague about 15 minutes from here, so we're just heading towards now to try and get behind it, so that if it fails to stop, we're obviously in a position to stop it.
What we find in North Yorkshire is that we get a lot of travelling criminals from the likes of West Yorkshire, Humberside, South Yorkshire. They do believe that they can come into the area, commit crime and get away with it, but they're mistakenly wrong.
Speed now 60. Vehicle is currently lane 1.
Up ahead, PC Mike Rowan is behind the Fiesta and waiting for backup.
Speed is increasing now. We are up to speed 70.
We're going to try and intercept it at the top of the A64, just where it joins the A1. We're State 6 headed there.
I have got visual of it. I'm just about 3 cars for cover. Immediately ahead of it is a white SUV type vehicle, followed by a grey Vauxhall Corsa.
They are white SUV.
Matt and Pete join Mike and another unit behind the Fiesta.
We'll get them up onto the slip road. Yeah, 24. We are with it. Blue lights are illuminated. Got a near side indication. Stand by.
Engine off.
What is going on?
You've been stopped on suspicion of theft. You've been seen.
What's going on?
Do you have any ID on you, please?
No, I don't.
Okay. You must have you a bank card, anything with your name
I
on?
have nothing on me. We've literally, wow.
You've literally
What
what?
the hell has gone on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have we looked in the car? There'll be a trolley load full, so it'll be... It doesn't look like there's anything from... There's been a shop theft in Scarborough today, yeah? And this vehicle has been linked to it, and the occupants of, yeah? the occupants of the vehicle.
The occupants for us.
The people involved in, from the car, we believe were involved in that theft. Yeah, there is nothing in the car. Yeah, here and now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ask if we can take a photograph of you. So then when we can do some inquiries. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take your picture if that's all right. Yeah.
We've searched the car, but the property isn't in the car. We're thinking that the property's either been ditched, as in dropped off at somebody's house, or there may have been a second vehicle involved.
Right, 2 pictures.
So we'll do a comparison to the photographs on the CCTV from the store, and then a comparison to the photographs that we've just taken now. And although that we don't have the property on them now, if those photographs match later on down the line, they'll still be dealt with for the theft.
Have you been in trouble with the police before?
In the past,
What,
yeah.
what for?
Shop theft.
Okay.
But since being pregnant, I haven't done anything.
Where have you been today?
Today, Scarborough.
Whereabouts? What have you been doing in Scarborough?
The seafront. She brought me out for a bit. Literally.
Well, no.
I haven't done nothing since. I have got a bad past, I'm not going to lie to you, bullshit you.
Okay.
But ask probation, please, anyone. I have stopped everything for the sake of my child.
Okay, no problem at all.
The woman has dozens of previous convictions for shoplifting, robbery and possession of an offensive weapon, and has spent time in prison.
Well, it's their occupation. It's what they do, it's how they make their money, it's how they pay their bills, and it's just very annoying that people think that they can go into the supermarkets, they can take what they want without paying. The problem is there's a black market now, and people are willing to pay these prices at a knockdown rate because people themselves are struggling.
Have you got it?
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
We were actually able to get hold of the officer in the case who was still on duty in Scarborough, and he was thankfully able to pass a description of the suspects involved. The clothing items that he passed were quite distinctive. There was mention of Mickey Mouse trousers, and the driver of that vehicle is wearing trousers very similar to that.
CCTV from one of the stores shows 2 other women, thought to be accomplices, who might have been dropped off elsewhere, together with the stolen goods.
It's clearly in the other car, isn't it?
So at this moment in time, you are both under arrest on suspicion of shop theft.
The value of the theft is well over sort of £1,500, so it's quite extensive. It's not your normal sort of shop theft. It's a proper trolley dash. 2 females under arrest.
Right, this way. If you're going to fall and grab onto me, yeah? Mind that. She's pregnant, so I'm not going to cuff her. Yeah? Right, ladies, there's nothing in the footwells of the seats, yeah?
The women are taken for questioning, and the hunt for the 2 suspects caught on CCTV continues.
It feels good because they've planned their day today. They've travelled from West Yorkshire to the far side of North Yorkshire, to Scarborough, but unfortunately for them, it hasn't gone to plan. Knowing that people are travelling from out of North Yorkshire into North Yorkshire to commit crime makes me more determined to stop them, deal with them, and just let them know that we're not an easy touch.
Vehicle side of things, it's all in order. He's got proof of insurance, he taxed it yesterday. He also bought the car in cash yesterday. He's got a handwritten receipt and the new keeper slip with him.
Traffic cop Mark Davey and Special Constable Josh Hill are dealing with a routine stop when an urgent call comes in.
Yes. Give me 1 sec.
There's just been an high-grade shop theft at Sports Direct to Bunks Cross. Vehicles coming from West Yorkshire, last sighted heading out towards Ring Road. Probably going back. It's a Toyota Corolla in silver. Vehicle has left in the last few minutes.
Take care, dude.
It's yet another suspected trolley dash.
People might come across the border to have less of a chance of being recognised and potentially more of a chance of getting away with it. But at the end of the day, if you're committing crime, we're here to stop it.
We're just on the way to a vehicle that we're going to try and get and put a stop on it.
because it's just been involved in a bulk theft from a Sports Direct. It's currently on the A64 back towards the sort of West Yorkshire area where it's come from, but there's quite a few units ahead of us that are close to the vehicle, I believe.
Just beware the driver. He does have a marker from 2021. He's found in possession of CS3 on his person. Over.
70 monitored.
The officers are now out of their force area, heading into Leeds in West Yorkshire.
400 pounds worth of Nike tracksuits.
We're not too far from the home address.
No.
This is it.
It's not here.
70, it's not here.
Confirm not there.
Right, we're set up. We're near to the vehicle's home address. Give it a few minutes to see if it arrives back. I suspect they've potentially gone elsewhere to go and get some more free shopping. It'd be nice if they come back while we're here, and hopefully there are some goodies on board, and then we can then give them some accommodation for the night.
Going into a shop, picking up piles of high-end clothes, and then there's a getaway car waiting already. It is pre-planned and it is premeditated. And 9 times out of 10, that's where your cross-border criminality comes into it, because people aren't going to do that on their own doorstep.
I'm not very hopeful as it's not here yet though, which would suggest they're out doing a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a taxi.
Stand by.
That's right, 5 vehicles sighted. That's Moses.
It has just been sighted in the hair by another one of our units.
I'm in a plain car. I've turned round. I've got sight of the vehicle. A right-hand indication. That's okay, thank you.
Yeah, Hills Road here.
And it's gone right.
Yeah, it's coming down towards us.
So he's coming across here.
I'm directly
He's
behind.
coming
It's
up
got near side indication.
He's coming down here.
70 permission.
There it is.
It's parking up. Units towards, please.
805, it's one straight down from you.
Smoke time, mate. Detained, alright. Give me your hand. Stay there. You're detained for the theft of all these goods from a store in York, alright.
This vehicle's been reported to have been used in a shop theft over in York. Okay, so the 3 of you are all detained.
You're detained for the purpose of a search, all right? For all of the stolen items and anything for going equipped to steal. Do you understand that? Do you speak English?
Nike tracksuits, I believe. £40 of Nike tracksuits at least over.
Yeah, confirmed. We've got some of them. We've got lots more as well. Okay, these items are believed to be stolen.
This lad's 14.
How old are you?
17.
How old are you? 22. I would really like to say that I'm shocked at a 14-year-old going out to York on a Saturday to steal hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth of goods from a retail store, but unfortunately it's something that we see quite a bit.
You got to keep yourself out of trouble, mate. You're only young, yeah?
We managed to get them stopped right outside the address that they were intending on getting into with all these stolen goods, so we've got there just at the right time.
It's almost like they think, well, the cops won't be bothered to come over and get us. It's not thousands of pounds in one go, so let's do it. But unfortunately, we've all worked as a team, we've cracked on, got over here, plotted up, we get the car, job good.
With enough evidence, there's no need to take the 3 men into police custody.
We're happy with gaining all the details of the occupants, confirming that ID with photos, seizing all the items, and releasing the 3 that we've got to be processed at a later date.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. Obviously take a photo of them, make sure you've got a contact number as well, please.
It come off well in the end, because again, a lot of bulk thefts, they're jumping in the car, grabbing a load of stuff, do a few shops, and then come back to their home address. If we'd have left a couple of minutes earlier, we wouldn't have got it. So it just pays just to sit, chill, relax, and give them a short period of time to try and get back. And, you know, the rabbits come to the fox. I'm happy. Good day.
The 3 suspects could now be facing prosecution, and the officers return to base to book in the stolen clothing.
There's all the property in, Mark?
Yeah, it's all on the desk in there.
I don't know if Sports Direct stock Ralph Lauren, but it could be possible that they've done the designer outlet as well. High-end sports brands and designer clothing is quite easy to get rid of because, you know, it's very desirable with social media. Stuff like that could be gone in the blink of an eye.
854. The labels on them for TK Maxx.
Oh.
I don't know where that is in yours.
Yeah, there's one of them just next door to Sports Direct, isn't there?
Taken all out with tags.
Yes, I think there is, yeah.
There's a load of different gear here, like Ralph Lauren, Jordan, Elise, all that sort of stuff.
You reckon? Is it me?
But yeah.
Doesn't smell like diesel, does it? It says it is, but yeah, they've certainly got a good few quid on here. Initial reports were that it was around £400. Going by what we've seen from all of this, I think you'd potentially be looking at more £700 to £1,000. So it's a good result, really.
I think people think we're a sleepy little county that not a lot goes on, so what's the risk of being caught? But sometimes that may play to our advantage. You know, we have more time to go and hunt these people down, and we have the time to chase them until we catch them.
Coming up,
So whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Greece.
a cross-border suspect with a fake licence
That doesn't look right to me.
leads the traffic cops to a wanted man.
You got a lot of cash on you?
That money's probably associated with crime.
Blue Jaguar XF, Intel added likely document offences, counterfeit foreign ID. Vehicles may contain large cash values.
Yeah, 10-4, that's me now. I'll see if it comes by. Let us know if it goes through.
PC Mike Rowan is on the lookout for a car that might have links to criminality.
I think that might be it. 465. I've got a possible sighting of it. Just trying to make ground on it.
In North Yorkshire, one of the traffic cops' biggest challenges is tracking criminals. So a network of road cameras is vital.
There was a black Mercedes in front and a white Range Rover remote behind it.
Yeah, 10-4. There's nothing with it at the minute. The colour and description do match. I just can't see the VRM. 1624, whereabouts are you?
I'm just going through Rickles, Spencer A19.
10-4, get yourself up towards the junction with a 64, mate, and obviously we'll see where this goes, and I'll go for a stop round there.
Yes, yeah.
We work a lot on our cross-border areas, focusing on people coming into North Yorkshire, committing crime in our area. We're looking for vehicles associated with crime, looking for vehicles that are likely to be used by organised crime groups, travelling criminals.
We don't know whether it's fake ID documents or potentially travelling with counterfeit cash. So the intention is obviously we want to get hands on with these people just so they can't discard any property, any evidence that might be inside the car. 1624, just hold at Fulford interchange for us. I'm now half a mile off, so I'll be going for a stop shortly.
I'm at Fulford Road, turn on now.
465, he's continued past the turn off. He has put his hazard warning lights on, but he's not taken the turn off. We're going to try and get him down to the next slip road. Please stand by. Go up to the next lay-by! Yeah, alright. No, after. I'll follow you. Just coming to a stop in the lay-by. Stand by.
Five 864, just past.
Hello, mate. You all right? I'm just going to open the door just so I can speak to you a bit easier. It's all right. Stay selling. Stay selling. Right. Reason why you've been stopped. It's whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Greece.
From where?
Greece.
Greece.
Yeah.
Right. But whereabouts do you live?
Where?
Whereabouts do you live?
I live in Manchester.
In Manchester. Right. Just pass me your car key. Yeah. Right. So what's your name?
Yanis.
Yanis. Right. Is this your car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereabouts were you going to?
I'm going to meet one friend. To meet one friend.
Meet a friend?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And whereabouts is friend?
Where is?
Yeah.
From Leeds.
Leeds?
Yeah.
Right.
Other officers arrive to back Mike up.
How are you? You alright?
Yes.
How you doing? You alright? Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I've got Yanis from Greece. Right, Yanis.
Yeah.
So, the information that we've received from our control room is that you are allegedly in possession of fake documents. All right. So you are going to be detained for the purpose of a search under Section 1 of PACE. Right. We're going to be searching you and your car for any false ID, fake documents. All right. Hop out.
I come with you.
Yeah. Hop out. Help yourself front now. Go ahead. Right, Yanis, just turn around and look that way. Spot on. On the initial search that we've done at the roadside, we're looking to see that he's got no weapons on him or anything that might hurt myself or a colleague. You've got a lot of cash on you?
200 is. Why is 10?
200?
300 maybe, I don't know.
Right, what's all the cash for?
Well, by work.
What's that?
Cannabis set of bulbs.
Right.
It's not mine.
In the boot of his car, he's got bulbs, which would suggest that he's involved in cultivating cannabis.
Just while we're searching you, for our safety, we're just going to put some cuffs on you. Right, okay.
Sergeant Julian Pearson takes charge of the investigation.
That doesn't look right to me. So,
Pop him in a car, take him down to Fulford, search the car down there somewhere from the road.
Yeah.
And then, if there's offences like in relation to this or anything in the car, we could just scoop straight into custody, can't we?
Yeah. Just to let you know, we are going to start heading towards Fulford ourselves, where we'll conduct a search of the car in a more practical location. Yes, this guy's driving in this country with what looks to be a fake ID. There's also quite a bit of cash interweaved amongst all of this. He's actually involved in something much more serious, possibly a member of an organised crime group. A traffic stop is a way in, and it often develops into something so much more.
What was he called, mate?
Yanis.
Right, so he's got a bank
So he
card.
has got like a Greek name.
That's in his name. That one's in somebody else's name. So any of these people could be him, potentially. And that one, again, is in somebody else's name. So, and that's an international card. So they might be just paying money through these accounts, so it's not as obvious. Or it could be one and the same person.
Yeah, so that's driving licence, so they match.
Right.
Snap.
Yeah, snap.
So that doesn't look
That
right.
looks fake.
It is, yeah, it is. That's just been screen grabbed and put onto the thing, hasn't it? Yeah, the plastic's not right. We need to check that the signature against something that we've got that he's signed.
There you go.
The search also uncovers some other paperwork.
Is that for his insurance?
No, these are cash transfers that have gone from here back to Albania.
To Albania?
At £500 a time.
Right, and then fake driver's licence on Google opens up the same. There's no Greek letter on there.
Yeah, it's a fake then, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a fake. So it's basically fake documents.
Yeah.
He's been stopped and he said, the 350 quid is from car washers and govy jobs, but that money's probably associated with crime, coupled with the fact that we suspect he's produced a fake licence that he'll have bought off the internet. But what we'll do is we'll send it off to the DVLA, and they've got a technical team down there, and everyone I send down there, which is normally, I'm sending at least one a month down to the DVLA, and they're all fake.
Yanis, just to make you aware, as a result of the search that we've completed on your car, at this moment in time you are under arrest on suspicion of producing a false document.
Okay.
way down. I'll keep holding your arm, alright, don't worry. Alright. Should have to fall over. Put your name and date of birth on there, please. Do you speak good English?
Yeah, it's been bang on there.
Okay, brilliant.
Just because you've given different details now, as opposed to earlier, you're now further under arrest on suspicion of obstruct police. Okay, I remind you that you remain under caution. Alright. The driver has produced a Greek driving licence, which is suspected to be a forgery. Further information following a search is also revealed that he is in possession of other false documents. He's provided different details to the one given at the roadside, which is believed in an attempt to deceive and obstruct.
The man's fingerprints are checked on the police national database.
So the upshot is that we've put him on live scan and he's given false details. He's entered the country on the back of a lorry. So he's involved in organised crime. His bank cards are different people's names. So Border Force will want to speak to him. And we will deal with him for the fake licence, the driving offences, and then we'll pass on the other information to the Intel unit.
I've just come to tell you that following some further inquiries, you're being further arrested at this time on suspicion of driving a car without a licence and without any insurance. Alright? It won't be much longer, but we'll get you into interview and we'll ask you some more questions about you and your involvement. Okay?
In the back of the car there is lots of staples, staple guns, sheeting and concentrate food feed for cannabis grows. So it, to me, is built up a picture that they're involved in criminality, connections with the drug trade. So at least it allows us to carry on building a picture in relation to what his purpose is in the UK and why he's here.
There's always a bit of excitement whenever a job's like that's gone off. It's what we joined the job to do, is to catch people like that.
Coming up.
If you get in front, do the follow me. We'll get off at 46 and off the motorway.
Suspected metal thieves are boxed in.
It's full of all sorts of scrap metal, including road signs.
And taken off the road.
Your van is now my van.
Yeah, received. To the service sprinters, I think it's just gone past me. He's swerving all over the place for some reason.
15-13, do you want me to head up from 44?
You can do. You'll probably get a chance to get at least 47, I would have thought.
In North Yorkshire, there is a constant flow of cross-border criminals targeting the county.
49. Yeah, we've seen camera in the last 5 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, he's just concerned with the way he's swerving, that's all. We'll see how we get on.
Traffic cops Matt Harvey and Pete Allison are responding to an alert.
A white Mercedes Sprinter van has been seen in suspicious circumstances right up at the north of the county. If it's linked to rural crime, it's generally sort of plant and machinery. What they'll generally do is pinch them from sort of farms or sites, stick them in the back of a vehicle. Plant and machinery can easily sort of fetch tens of thousands of pounds.
I looked to be a male driver, female in the middle seat and a male passenger, but is only a female on the insurance.
With one car following the van, other units, including Traffic Sergeant Julian Pearson, are rushing to the area.
I live and work in North Yorkshire. I don't steal, I enforce the law, and anybody would take umbrance in the fact that nobody's got the right to steal from them, regardless of where they're from. But some people, unfortunately, think they've got the God-given right to take whatever they want from whoever they want.
One for action, but I've dropped right back off now. I've got a couple of cars between us for coming to the town in.
15-13, I'm at A59, just off 47.
We've got a marked unit behind it, but rather than pounce on it now and risk it sort of potentially making off, we're trying to flood the area with some resources.
I'll try and get it to follow me up. She'll give me a chance to catch up. We're only doing about 53, 54 miles an hour. 557, do you want to follow it to get it off at the door. Do you want to get stopped before that? If you get in front, do the follow me. We're going to go off the motorway.
So the vehicle's now in front of us with a third of 3 marked units. The first car is going to go in front of it and put what we call a follow me sign on it. So hopefully it gives the driver the instruction to follow that marked unit. The officer which is behind the vehicle is concerned about the manner of his driving. That could be anything from just lack of concentration, he could be under the influence of something. There is a services coming up, so that if it all goes to plan, the driver will just follow the first marked unit into that service station. We can have a chat with him, see what he's up to. If he decides not to, then there's sufficient resources here to deal with that. Julian's going to go lane 2, we're going to go lane 1 and just encourage it, shall we say.
What's going on? I'm in front of the vehicle now. I've got the follow me on.
Well, it doesn't look in the best of condition. It does appear to be taxed and tested and insured. As you can see, I mean, it's got cracked lights on the lenses and that sort of thing, so it's not in the best of condition. It is going to stop for a while.
Stop.
Now the chaps, how are we?
What is wrong? What happened?
It's okay.
A lot of cars follow us. What the...
It's fine, don't you worry. So, driver, do you have any identification with you? Do you have your driving licence? Perfect, thank you very much. Your keys? Have your keys? Here, no, pass them to me. Thank you very much.
Empty your pockets.
How about as well, mate?
Some identification. You got any ID on you?
How do you open this?
Anything on any ID or any...
Yeah, we've opened the side of this vehicle. It's full of all sorts of scrap metal, including road signs.
Has he got any ID? Hey?
Don't have.
You don't have any ID? Name?
I spell for you. Intikam.
He was seen on camera driving northbound.
Right.
He's disqualified.
Okay.
The last camera sighting where the male in the white T-shirt was driving, when was that from, please?
I think they've been changing positions.
So there's a suspicion that when they saw the cop car behind them, that they swapped seats.
Oh, is that why they've been...
Weaving around.
Yeah, maybe.
Although we've stopped the vehicle and there was a female driver, it appears that earlier on in the day, one of the males was driving. Now we know that he's a disqualified driver. As we were following the vehicle was seen moving around. So, as strange as this might sound, there is a suspicion that they could well have been swapping seats when we were following them.
No, I don't fancy pulling all that out.
It's in the bloody road sign. We've got everything from it looks like barbed wire, farm gates, maybe a washing machine. They'll be able to weigh that in and be paid for it. I suspect that is stolen, possibly find that out later on in the day when the farmer or whoever is the owner of that realises it is and potentially phones us. But nevertheless, they'll have to account for it as to where they've got it from and whose it is, because we think it isn't theirs.
Where's your EA licence and where's your scrap metal licence?
I don't have at the moment.
You don't have one?
At the moment, no.
You don't have one at all, do you?
Yes, sir. Because
I know you don't have one, but there's no record of you having a scrap metal licence.
Yes, but I don't know.
So why are you collecting scrap without the licence?
I don't know to make this license.
You don't know to do it?
I don't know to do it.
So what I'll do is I'll take the van off you.
Yeah.
I'll seize all this.
Yeah.
And I'll get the council to do an investigation into you.
You're gonna take my van?
I'll take your van.
The UK scrap metal market is worth millions of pounds every year, and the team has found several receipts from scrap dealers inside the van.
All of this is metal that you're weighing in at Ripon and in Leeds, so I know what you're up to. If you're a legitimate business, I need you to produce to me a waste transfer note.
No business.
No business. No business, no van. Okay, your van is now my van.
They're going to be reported for collecting scrap without a waste carriers licence, and the vehicle's going to be recovered because suspecting no documents used and also used in crime.
Yeah, that's received. We can identify the male that you're talking about from that.
So a job has literally just been rung in by a farmer who, a white van approached them. The farmer told them to do one. They turned around and went away, and just before they left, they took the 30 mile an hour roadside from the side of the road.
All right. And there's the 30 mile per hour roadside.
Metal theft costs the UK economy millions of pounds every year.
So 1 week.
So they've been paid by a legitimate business £2,598.
Since when? Since
the 14th.
So 1 week.
Collecting scrap is a legitimate business. You can do it. Not everyone who does it is doing it illegally, but you have to do it properly. You need a waste licence. That costs money, and you have to do it legally. That just does not show.
Yeah, that finished.
The van is seized along with its contents so officers can investigate further.
I think North Yorkshire does suffer. We do have a lot of criminality moving through the county because of the road networks, but we do have the advantage that we know our road network and we rely on the fact that the criminals don't.
Criminals believe that if they hop over the borders that the police aren't going to be able to deal with them, but we now have much more technology that's enabling us to capture these criminals.
I don't know if it's people that think North Yorkshire's a bit of a soft touch, so they come across and try and make good their escape, but what they don't know is we're sat there waiting for them.
There it is.
In this episode,
You're detained for the theft of all these goods from a store in York, all right?
despite being stopped with over £1,000 worth of stolen clothing, no action could be taken against the 3 suspects detained in Leeds for shoplifting.
You got to keep yourself out of trouble, mate. You're only young.
Do you have any idea on it, please? Okay.
No further action was taken against the convicted thief and her friend for any shop theft offences.
There is nothing in the car.
And the police were unable to identify the other 2 females caught on CCTV.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Perth.
The wanted man arrested for using fake identities
That's just been screen grabbed and put onto the thing, hasn't it?
was sentenced to 16 weeks in prison and disqualified from driving for 16 months.
It's full of all sorts of scrap metal.
The man reported by officers for operating without a scrap metal licence
Your van is now my van.
is due to appear at court. If prosecuted, he could be facing fines of up to £5,000 and a further ban from the roads. And the failed-to-stop driver who rammed Julian off the road was also wanted at the time for other burglary offences.
He just took the side of my car out.
I ended up with the usual sort of impact damage, very stiff neck, but then I did suffer some left wrist damage, which I've had to have some treatment for.
The man was convicted of aggravated taking a vehicle without the owner's consent, dangerous driving, and failing to provide a drink drive test.
You've not got any drugs in your system or like that? It's over for cannabis.
He was sent to prison for 4 years and 2 months and disqualified from driving for 25 months. No action was taken against any of his passengers.
Very often the sentence does not fit the crime, but on this occasion, when he did get 4.5 years, it's a decent sentence.